Hi friends! Taking a break from the cozy content to bring you 5 of my go-to loc styles. And this is especially for those of us with thick, dense hair. You know the struggle is real trying to figure out how to style these locks. I have time-stamped the video for ease of use. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And if you enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a like. Now let's get started.
Alright, so forgive the voice, I am battling a cold, but it's kind of now or never on this video, so I wanted to go ahead and shoot it. So I've just had my retie on Sunday. It is now Thursday, and I like to give it a few days to kind of settle, because if you have a loctician like mine, it gets tight when they first redo it, so I like to let it loosen up just a little bit, get past the headache, and then go in for whatever I'm going to do to it. So I did show when I did my takedown. It's completely fresh. I have not put anything on it at all. What I do like to usually do, to each his own, please don't come for me, I've tried literally everything, every oil, everything. I stick to my old faithful Blue Magic, Super Grow, whatever. Sometimes I'll do coconut oil because it keeps my scalp from getting crazy dry. And it just makes my styles last longer between. So I don't have to keep oiling my scalp every day. And I have tried that with anything you can think of: olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, mixes of oils. I've tried everything and my scalp gets so dry. So this is my old faithful that I used to get when I had permed hair, and it keeps my scalp from being dry. I do it maybe once a week max. Sometimes once every 2 weeks if I don't feel like it's getting dry. That's what we do. Sometimes right after I wash, which I did wash right before my retie, I will do a leave-in conditioner just to keep them looking, depending on what kind of shampoo I used, to if it feels super dry or not. They don't feel or look that dry, so I'm debating. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to grease my scalp right now. So that's my first step here. And I literally just will do very, very quick parts, nothing crazy, to put the grease. And I do try to run my fingers down into the individual locks, but I by no means am going between each lock. It doesn't need all that. And just to establish, this is my first loc video, so I have had my locks for about 4 years. I don't know, I'd have to look at my phone for my exact date, but it's been roughly 4 years. I think I did start with permed hair, so I did do them myself on braided hair. I did not want to do them myself. It was because it was during COVID, so that's what I'm saying. It was 4 years ago. It was either late 2020, early 2021, I want to say. And so I was calling and emailing. I was living in Seattle at the time. Everybody that I could think of or find on the internet. I literally could not get a response from anybody. So I think it was because it was lockdown time. I could not get anybody to do it. And in my true fashion, I just said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna do it myself. It's fine. And so I did. I'll put in some pictures here that I started. I had permed hair. I put braids. When I did my whole head, I actually went back and was like, I don't like the size of these. I took it all down and did it again. And this wasn't even we weren't locked down at this time. So I was back to full-time teaching at that time. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I spent a whole weekend just redoing my hair. And then when I liked the size, I was like, okay, this is what it is. And I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. So that's why I don't have a perfect grid or anything. And these are definitely Microlocs, not Sisterlocs or anything crazy like that. I just needed to not get my hair permed anymore, because I was trying to embrace a more natural lifestyle and getting more afraid of all the different scares and cancers and things that you hear about. So I did, full disclosure, let's see, I grew up having permed hair. Always had pretty decently long hair, And then in my 20s, I did try to go natural. it did not. It wasn't my thing. I would say it was a few years, maybe a year or two. And then I was like, this isn't for me, just because my hair is extremely thick, very, very thick. And it would just be hours and hours, like full day or two trying to wash and style and detangle. And I don't know what my pattern is. I don't think it's 4C. Not saying there's anything wrong with 4C, but it's just my curls aren't that tight. So I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't even think I have a full picture with my actual pattern, but just going off of memory. I don't know, maybe like a 4B, 4A, I don't know. Either way, it was too much for me. So then I went back to perming it for another year or two. So I went natural when I was living in North Carolina, probably around 2018, 2017. Then went back to perms, and that's around the time of my wedding, around 2020. I think that's one of the last perm pictures I have. I'll put in a photo. And then I was really just like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and put the locks because I can. It's a way to have it natural, but I don't have to worry about doing my hair every day. Don't get me wrong, locks have their their downsides. And literally up until 3 months ago, I was doing my own reties. It was taking me up to maybe 3 weeks. Like I had days where I would be going like 8 hours, and if I had that kind of time in my schedule, then it wouldn't be so long. It might be a week or two if I would do like maybe 2 to 8 hour days and a few 1 hour or 2 hour days. But once I had my baby, it was taking me literally like 3 weeks to retie my hair. It was insane because I couldn't put in more than 2 to 3 hours a day, and I just have over 500 locks in my head, or at least that's how many I had when I started. I don't know, I've combined a few, but it's a lot. So it's taking me so long. And I live in London, or near London at this point. So I finally was on Instagram one day and came across this account that was like, oh, I do reties as well. She does braids, but she does reties as well. And I was like, please, please. And it was she charges $120 for my hair. It's different for everyone. So I had to send a picture and video of my thickness and everything. And she charges $120. It takes her about anywhere from 5 to 7 hours, depending. I think each time it's a bit different, but God, night and day. I'm like, I will save that money every 2 months. I do 8 weeks at a time, because the amount of time and energy I save. Whew. And so yes, now I've been locked, I want to say for 4 years, but I will put the official date that I per my photos anyway. And I get it retied every 8 weeks, and this is what we're working with. This is my length. I did start on braids, so it has been cut at least once because I had to cut all of my curly ends off. So I didn't do that until I was already in London for about almost a year maybe. So this was just last year that I did that, and it's already grown out significantly since then, but this is where we are. So I am going to finish greasing my scalp. There's my story. And then I'll come back to start the styles. All right, we are back with our first style, all greased up. I did decide not to go in with the leave-in, and this is the one I like to use, by the way. Is it Miel, whatever? I also have their hair scalp oil, but it doesn't do well with my scalp. So I've tried it. I felt like it was screaming for moisture a day or two later, so that's why I stick with this one. But the leave-in I really do like, so I decided not to go in with it because they do look and feel pretty decently moisturized. I do also have rose water, but I don't think it needs this either. I just have it here just in case. All right, so our first style is kind of like my go-to. I feel like everybody has done this kind of style. It's like that kind of typical office lady, librarian kind of half up, half down look. Well, I don't know if you would say that. It's not really half up, but so But you can put your part wherever you like. I like a deep left side part. And then I'm just going to, I always do a twist. When I was permed, I would do a braid. But because of my locks now, it's a bit too thick for me. Sometimes I will leave the bottom ones out if I'm feeling a little jazzy. Sometimes I'll put them in, just depends. I'll leave them out for now. And just put as much as you want. Twist it back. And then get a clip. And this is the clip I'm going to use. I really like these clips. I got them in the US somewhere, probably like CVS or something. So the things actually push out like this. And then they push back in. So it's kind of cool. I always pick up clips whenever I find some good ones, I just grab them. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but I'm not going to do all of this hair because that's too much, it's too thick. So I'm going to push that back, and I'm just going to focus on the front. And you can do your twist as like deep as you want it. Like if you want it to be really defined, I would start really right at the top. Like I've seen some crazy looking things. I'm not that pressed. It's just kind of like whatever. It doesn't need to be like super defined for me. So I like it to just be out of my face. And I'm just gonna stop about here. Like figure out where you want to stop. I can't do the whole thing because it would be way too thick. I used to do it that way before I was locked, and even maybe when I first started my braid locks, but once they started to mature, it was just too much. Get it to where you want it. My OCD-ness dictates that I have matching clips in my head, so you don't have to. Do you? And that's that. So you can leave it like this. I do not like it like this though, because this is like this. So I like to twist around a little bit and combine the two sides, because I don't like it being all flipped out right there and crazy looking. So I will kind of continue to twist in the back and just grab a hair tie. And this is just me personally. I feel like it's fine if you leave it the other way as well. I also kind of like it to stay tight. I don't like it when the clips start to loosen a bit. And that's it. And just readjust. Like I feel like there's a little bit sticking out up here that I don't like. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And you will have like this little bit in the back, but that's fine for me. I prefer it back here than like a big poof right here. And that's the first look, I think. So again, you can adjust it how you like. If you don't want them as tight, do however you choose. I think I actually want it a little bit lower. Like this more. Yeah. And then it's up to you. Like you can put some different little things in to style them. Like I've got all the little beads and things. I'm not going to do anything in this one particularly because this is not the last style I'm going to do. But the world is your arena. Let's see if I was going to. Like these ones. Maybe something like this. kind of whatever. You can put them all over the place or just here and there, whatever. So yeah, this is the first look. All right, it is time for style number 2. So we're going to take this down, and it's just as quick to take down as to get up again. All right, so what we are going to do for style 2, first of all, take any jewelry out of your hair because, you know, who wants that? And I am going to part it down the middle. I think you can part it however you like, honestly. And because I don't have perfect locks, meaning a perfect grid, it's kind of like better for me in this sense that it doesn't need to be a perfect part. But do you, please? I do have a perfect part in the front almost, but once I get past a certain point, when I first did my hair, I did have perfect parts, but as time progressed, and I definitely had a few months here or there, a few times here and there where I had like a good 4 months in between my reties. Then they got, you know, a little crazy, so things got combined, and I don't know, honestly. But I do not have the parts that I used to have, let's just say that. Like, I'm gonna tie this slightly crooked. Just going to rubber band this off. All right, and then you're just gonna start on one side, and you can do braids, you can do twists, you can do whatever you like. I'm gonna go for the braid, I think. I think I'll stop there. And do a and you know, you can do your edges all up if you like. I'm not a big edge person unless I'm like really going somewhere, like a wedding or something. If it's just my everyday life, you know, it's fine. So we have our 2 pigtails, and you could, you know, leave it like this. This is not a bad look, I don't think. But I'm not going to leave it like this. I honestly am not a huge pigtail person, but I definitely think they're cute. I just don't know if they're cute on me. I don't know, what do you guys think? So then I'm going to... All right, so once you have your 2 pigtails, all you're going to do is twist them as best you can, because the whole point of this video is for people with thick hair, so I understand your struggle, okay? It's not easy. I look at these some of these style videos, like I wish that my hair was, you know, not so thick that I could do more styles, but I know to each his own. people with thin hair are wishing they had the thicker hair like ours. So we have to learn to embrace what we have. I know. Alright, so just do your best. Doesn't need to be perfect, you'll see why in just a moment. Take a scrunchie and put on the end. So once we're there, I'm going to take them and put them together. You will probably need a rather large scrunchie for this bit. Then all I'm doing is kind of rolling it in. I'm going to take one more scrunchie of a large size. This is not a very good one actually. This is one where it's lost all the elasticity, but we can keep it moving. Maybe if I could actually get it around. Nope. I don't think I've actually managed to break one of these before. And then just do any kind of straightening up that you need to. Tucking if you have any locks sticking out. So basically I have found that by doing it in 2 ponytails and then kind of rolling it up, it allows to get a more of a bun than trying to do a bun on thick locks. Is quite difficult and you always end up with so many hairs sticking out. I probably still have a few, but less than usual. And then I think I'll go in with this guy. I think I got this on Amazon. I just thought it was really cool. I have no idea what this is gonna look like, by the way. I've never done this one before. The other 3 I've done several times, but this one's kind of like a experiment. Learning together. See how it comes out. Oh, I don't know. Let's see what it's gonna look like. Alright. The front looks good. I mean, from the front, it looks standard, you know, like a bun. I don't know what the back is looking like, though. Do I have locks popping out everywhere? That is the question. I just found one for sure. You will always have to fix a few. That's just the way it's gonna be. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so I've had to take a baby break, but we are back to do our final 2 styles. And these are the ones I'm most excited about, that I do the most often. Alright, so I've pulled that last style out. You can just start with it parted right down the middle. And I'm going to just take half of my hair. And actually, before you do that, I like to pull it up and kind of find where you like to have your kind of half up, half down style. Because that's where you're going to need to, this is how far back you are going to need to do your twists. So I like kind of about here, right at the top of my head. So I will actually take my scrunchie and just section that off so that I know everything else is going to the back. Just put all that in a ponytail just to keep it out of the way, and then take that down. All right, so then we're gonna do one side at a time, so I can put this other side away as well. I like to just pull it to the back and put an extra scrunchie on top because that way it's really out of my face. And now we're just gonna focus in on this bit. So this is gonna probably look a little bit different for each person. It kind of depends on your parting, but you want to make it so that you can do twists, and you can do them as many as you want and as whatever size as you want. I kind of just play around with it. That looks about the size I would go for. Just checking the mirror to make sure my part looks good. It's hard to see on this camera. And then once you have it, just get this out of the way. And for this bit, I do like to make it look a little bit cleaner. This is completely optional, but I've done it with and without this. And with this, it just looks a bit cleaner and it lasts a lot longer. And I know you can notice I have like gray fuzzies, flyaways and all of that. So this just kind of makes it look a lot tighter and cleaner for a full 2 to 3 weeks. And this is just what I use to do my locks sometimes. When I do them, my loctician, she doesn't use anything. She just does it freestyle with nothing. This is the braid and... Is that coming up? There we go. The Black Castor Miracle, whatever. This is like the best thing I found to do my reties when I'm doing it, and I like them to be a little like a bit cleaner. So yeah, I just put a little bit, especially if you are like needing to get a retie. I will put in the pictures from my daughter's birthday party. This was like 8 weeks post retie. Like my retie was going to be the next week, and it made it look so nice for her photo shoot and her birthday pictures and everything. So it really can make it look really nice and clean, even if you have grown out hair. Then you're just gonna do a twist. And again, you can do these as small or as large as you like. This is just about the size I would go for. And then once you get to the edge, you have 2 options. So you could use like the mini rubber bands. What I have started to do is just use one of my locks. So I literally just pull one out and just twist it around. And I started doing that because I had run out of the rubber bands, and so I hadn't ordered any more. And I was like, let me just do this. And it actually stays really well. So just go around a few times so you're happy with how tight it is, and that's it. It's in there, it's not coming out. And then keep going. So this is why I said it's gonna matter. It's gonna be different for each person depending on your parting and everything. So because my parting is kind of crazy looking, I kind of have to do it in a certain way to match where my parts are, because I do like it to be pretty clean to where the parts are. And I don't even put too much of this stuff, so it's really just a little bit. And as for like which direction you twist, that's completely up to you. Like you can go that way. I tend to just go the direction of this side of my head. So because I'm on this side, I go down this way, and on that side I go this way. But it honestly also just depends on the look I'm going for. Like sometimes I will go the other direction if that's the look I'm going for. They do kind of present two different looks depending on what you want. And for this particular first look, I am going to do 3 and 3. I've done it all kinds of ways. I've done it when they were smaller and had 4 and 4. Just depends. I feel like I never go in with a plan. It's kind of however much hair I pull in on that day. I just match the other side. Okay, that's good. And do one more. See, I was actually starting to go that way. Like I said, I will do both ways. It just depends. Now, I will not mix them. I will correct the mistake for sure. But because I'm just used to going either way, there's not one way that's second nature to me. And that's that. So then you're just going to match what you've done here on the other side. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll just come right back. All right, so I have my 2 sides done. I feel like this side is a little bit smaller right here, but I know that they are evenly done this way, which is kind of what I care more about. So now once I have done that, I'm literally going to just gather only these 4, or sorry, I can't count, 6, twist up into my pony. And that's literally it. And then you can take the back down. And be super cute. Obviously you can touch up your edges. What I will usually do is put some jewelry on. So I like to go in with these guys. And they just come in, you can get them on their own, or they always come in my kits, different ones. And we'll literally just go to the edge. Right like that. And just pop it on. And just mold it to whatever you want them to look like. And then if I'm really feeling fancy, then I also have these little things like this. And so I will literally just take a few locks and put them together. And you kind of just put them through here, through the hole. You can do it one at a time, or you can, I've even taken my crochet hook and just pulled them through that way. You definitely need a few of them if you have Microlocs or Sisterlocs, because obviously this is thick. Excuse his coughing, please. Yeah. So because I'm having trouble getting it, I will literally just put the hair on there. I don't need it for the first one, but then once in there, I have to, it gets a little bit thick, so just push it through, then pull it through. I will probably do at least 3 of my size. And then they look like that. And you can put them all through, or however many. I usually do 1 here, 1 there, and on both sides. For the sake of this, I think I would just do 2, because I still have to do this other style anyway. But you know, I want you to get the full picture. And that's literally it. I think it's really cute. So this is kind of my go-to, and it's really fast, cutesy, Egyptian looking style. So it's look number 3. All right, so now for the final style. It is related to this style, so don't have to take that much down. I'm just gonna take these out, and then going to complete the twist. So on each side, going to probably do 2 more to complete the twist all the way around, or the front of your head, that is. And this particular half up, half down one is really my favorite one, but this is just an alternate one if you don't. I know some people do not like to have their hair out like at all, so this would be for those people. Okay, and you want to repeat this, obviously, same thing on the other side. All right, so once you have finished your twists, you're gonna take out this top ponytail. You probably wouldn't need to do that because you wouldn't have it in. And the idea here is that we are going to go for a halo braid. So I'm going to kind of go split it kind of down the middle. If you want to do exactly down the middle, that's your, if you have perfect parts, be my guest. So I'm going to just start on this side. And I do want this side to be, this style to be neat. This is kind of what I'm going for in this one. I feel like other ones, they were able to be messy, but not this one. It's difficult, you know, when you have all these. I have a lot of different size locks, like, you know, when you have ones that break off and stuff. So just randomly in my head, I have different lengths, and they just kind of stick out everywhere. So as neat as you want it to be, it's kind of fighting. See, it's always fighting against you. All right, I think I'm going to try doing a scrunchie around it this time. I don't know how well that's gonna help, but we're gonna give it a go. Okay, now this other side. All right, so this is the finished look in the front. Obviously you can add more of these all the way around, or you can just remove the top ones. And then the back is not my favorite, but for my particular density of hair, it's the best that I've been able to do, until it gets a little bit longer and I don't have so many straggly ones popping out everywhere. If you have a better way of making a tight halo braid with my length and how it is, please let me know, because I struggle with the bun and with this halo braid. So what I have done is the 2 clips and then a 3rd clip just at the top there. So it's kind of the best I can do, to where at least it's all contained, and I don't personally mind the look of 3 clips. You could also do some string. Yeah, so I have all kinds of different, like this kind of string. I don't think I would do this. I would maybe do a black one though, if I was going to do like to tie around it. But for me, this is what works. Like I said, my number one go-to is definitely the half up, half down, but this works and there's no tension, there's nothing pulling. You just have to make sure you're positioning the clips to where they're comfortable and that they're holding in all the hair. So again, it works for me. I'm happy. If you have a better way, please let me know, because you know, we need to find our community and work together with this thick hair to come up with something that works. Now it is the next day, and I have taken the clips out, but I really wanted to come on and show this style that I have done with the twist. Like I said, I am a half up, half down kind of girl. I just did the halo braid, not really, for people who like to put their hair all the way up, but I prefer the back of my hair down. It's just more comfortable for me, and this to me is way cuter than that. So I wanted to show like an alternate fit style, you know. I'll do my best to show you the back because I'm not on my tripod anymore. But here we go. So yeah, we love options, right? So I think this is a viable 5th option. Hopefully you enjoy it.